And of course, a big thank you to our hosts and His Excellency Ahmed Al-Khadib, who I can assure you has given us such an incredibly warm welcome. I also just want to spend a second to thank all of you in the media. I know you've travelled far and wide. Some of those journeys have been very straightforward, some of those journeys have been more challenging. So I'm really grateful that you've given your time to be with us today. As Virginia has said, today what His Excellency and I would like to do is just set out really the plan of what's coming up in the next few days. There are going to be quite a lot of announcements, and you will be invited in due course to various different events. So may I please welcome you to this summit, and I am incredibly proud to announce that in the whole history of WTTC summits, this is the biggest ever. We will be having the highest number of delegates that have ever attended a summit. I know that there were 8,000 registrations. Well, however, there won't be as many as 8,000, but there are going to be a lot of people here. We have heads of state, we have some G20 ministers, we have ministerial delegations. We just led a meeting together with the head of also the UNWTO General Secretary, with over 60 countries were represented in that meeting from all over the world. And I'm very pleased to say that we're going to have at least 250 international media with us. Muchísimas gracias. I'm sorry, I don't speak Arabic, I can only do 2 languages. There we are. Saudi Arabia is a country whose government truly recognises the value of our sector. 70% of people in this beautiful kingdom are 30 years old or under. They have an incredible passion for hospitality and welcoming people. And that part of their natural DNA is going to be challenged in opening up Saudi Arabia to the world. Since the very beginning of COVID, since the very beginning when COVID brought travel and tourism to almost a complete standstill, Saudi Arabia showed its total commitment to our sector, arguing for there to be rational international rules when it comes to travel. And it has kept travel and tourism at the very top of our agenda. I was watching the football the other night, I have to say, and I'm not going to do that somersault that the wonderful Saudi Arabian footballer did at the end, but it was absolutely amazing. But on the British TV, when we went to breaks, it was an incredible advertisement, television advertisement for visiting Saudi Arabia. So they are taking every opportunity to open up their world. Now, on the Saudi Arabia vision, I just want to highlight that Saudi Arabia is looking to bring 100 million travellers to visit Saudi Arabia by 2030. I mean, that's almost as many as the US. It's an incredible target. And I can also reveal exclusively here today that our members at the WTTC, we represent 200 of the top CEOs, many of whom are present, will have announced that we will be investing $10.5 billion in this wonderful country over the next 5 years. And that is coming from across the whole of the sector, from cruise to hotels, at every part of our sector. We have a great number of high-profile speakers for you to hear. We have a former UK Prime Minister, Lady Theresa May. As you know, she was the UK's second woman Prime Minister after Margaret Thatcher and held 2 great offices of state. You will also hear from former United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who during his tenure championed sustainable development and gender equality. And he was instrumental in securing the Paris Climate Agreement. So over the coming days, we will be taking you on a journey on how travel is the solution for a better future. And you will be hearing soon that we will be announcing some groundbreaking environmental and social research with the Kingdom hand in hand, which is going to be the first ever in the world in how we measure the climate impact that we have as a sector. We will also be launching an interesting cities report, which you're very welcome to both those press conferences, showing that cities remain the powerhouses of global tourism and will drive the recovery of the sector and indeed economies around the world. So we'll be having both of these reports will be at press conferences. I also know that His Excellency and the wonderful team here at the Ministry have lots of other announcements planned for you. So thank you for joining us here in Riyadh. On behalf of the entire WTTC family, I hope you really enjoy your time in Saudi Arabia. Yes, you come to a summit, but just try and enjoy some of the incredible culture and hospitality. And I would now like to pass over to His Excellency Al-Khatib. Thank you.